What is the difference how INTP falls in love according to another personality types? Different personality types may have different ways of approaching and experiencing love and romantic relationships. For example, compared to feeling-oriented personality types like ESFJs, INTPs may be less focused on emotions and more focused on intellectual compatibility and shared interests. They may be slower to commit and may require more time to process their feelings before making a commitment. They may also be more independent in a relationship and may need more space and time to pursue their own interests. Feeling-oriented INFJs, on the other hand, may have a strong emotional connection with their partners and may prioritize harmony and emotional intimacy in a relationship. They also may have a strong sense of empathy and may be more attuned to their partner's feelings. INTPs may find it difficult to understand the strong emotions and needs of INFJs, and this can be a source of conflict in the relationship. Overall, the way INTPs fall in love may be unique to them as an individual, and can be influenced by their own experiences, values, and personal circumstances. What is INTP looking for in a long-term romantic partner and relationship? INTPs may be looking for a long-term romantic partner who shares their intellectual curiosity and values independent thinking. They may appreciate a partner who is open-minded and willing to engage in deep, meaningful discussions and debates about a wide range of topics. They may also value a partner who is independent and self-sufficient, as they may require space and time to pursue their own interests. In a long-term relationship, INTPs may be looking for a deep connection with their partner that is built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. They may place a high value on intellectual compatibility and shared interests. They may also appreciate a partner who is able to challenge them and help them grow intellectually. In terms of emotional connection, INTPs may be less expressive of their emotions, but they may still value emotional intimacy and connection with their partner. They may be less likely to prioritize feelings over logic, but they still may have a deep emotional connection with their partner. It's important to note that every individual is unique, and not all INTPs will have the same preferences or values in a romantic relationship. How INTP falls in love. How it differs in a man and in a woman. INTPs tend to fall in love with someone who shares their intellectual curiosity and values independent thinking. They often have a strong attraction to intelligence and enjoy discussing abstract concepts and ideas with their romantic partners. They can be slow to commit to a relationship, as they need time to process their feelings and be sure of their compatibility with the other person. One thing that might be a bit challenging for INTPs is showing vulnerability. They tend to be more private people, and may be hesitant to share their own insecurities and emotions. But by being open and honest about their own feelings, they can create a deeper level of trust and intimacy with their partners. There may not be a significant difference in how INTP men and women fall in love, as personality type is not determined by gender. However, societal gender norms can influence how men and women express their emotions and interact with others, which may affect their behavior in a romantic relationship. How to create emotional connection as an INTP. As an INTP, creating emotional connection with a romantic partner may be a bit more challenging, as you may be less naturally in tune with emotions and more focused on logic and intellect. However, there are still ways to create and strengthen emotional connection in a relationship. Here are a few tips. 1. Communicate openly and honestly. Share your thoughts, feelings, and needs with your partner. Be willing to listen to their perspective and validate their emotions. 2. Practice empathy. Try to put yourself in your partner's shoes and understand their perspective. Show that you care about their emotional well-being. 3. Be attentive and affectionate. Small gestures of affection, such as a hug or a kiss, can go a long way in building emotional connection. 4. Prioritize quality time together. Make time for activities that you both enjoy, whether it's a shared hobby or just spending time together talking. 5. Show vulnerability. Share your own emotions and insecurities with your partner. This can help to create a deeper level of trust and intimacy. It's important to remember that emotional connection may take more effort for an INTP than for other personality types, but it is still possible to create and maintain an emotional bond with a romantic partner. How love looks like for an INTP. For an INTP, love may feel like a comfortable and natural understanding between them and their partner. It's a deep connection built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. They may enjoy being intellectually stimulated by their partner and may appreciate a partner who can challenge them and help them grow intellectually. They may be less expressive of their emotions, but they may still value emotional intimacy and connection with their partner. Creating an emotional connection may be more challenging for INTPs, as they may be less naturally in tune with emotions and more focused on logic and intellect. However, with open communication, empathy, attention, affection, and vulnerability, INTPs can build deep and meaningful connections with their partners. It's important to keep in mind that every individual is unique, and not all INTPs will have the same preferences or values in a romantic relationship, and not all INTPs will have the same way of expressing their love or the same emotional needs. But generally, for INTPs, love may be a deep intellectual and emotional connection that allows them to explore and grow alongside their partner. How it is to date an INTP. From the start, logicians take their relationships seriously. When they finally meet a partner they connect with on a real level, someone whose mind they respect and whose company they enjoy, these personalities know better than to take it for granted. Even early in the dating phase, logicians are unusually direct and honest. They don't see the point of playing games, and while they can be quiet, they aren't coy. People with this personality type rarely filter their opinions, and they encourage their partners to be frank with them as well. For many logicians, being upfront isn't a sign of rudeness or bad manners, instead, it's a point of pride, not to mention a way to avoid misunderstandings. It's also important to note that dating an INTP requires patience and understanding. As they are more oriented towards thinking and less on emotions, they may take longer to process their emotions and may need more space and time to be alone to process their thoughts. Understanding this and giving them the space they need will help to create a healthy relationship with an INTP.